The main reason I rewilded my yard was to provide a home for wildlife.
I bought a wren house and a bluebird house.
In this episode, I add some birdhouses to my yard. I do have to use a ladder, which makes me nervous. I've learned that as I've gotten older, I don't bounce as well.
That definitely is going to be a challenge.
And the wren house says to hang it from 5 to 10 feet. You need to make sure it's not in direct sunlight because it'll cook the eggs or the babies. So I'd like to hang it from that tree. The use of ladders can be extremely dangerous, and it's important you don't take unnecessary risks. It may be easier just to climb the tree.
No,
What are you doing?
hanging a birdhouse.
That's so cool.
Whew, glad that's done. So I've been watching the light on the birdhouse during the afternoon, and it's gotten a lot more sun than it should, and that'll be a danger to the baby bird. So I'm going to raise the birdhouse just to get it out of the sun. So before we move on to the bluebird house, I thought I would review some of the other habitats in our garden that wildlife uses. Leaves. We love them when they're in the tree and they provide shade or the color during the fall, but once they fall on the ground, we're obsessed with removing them. It's a very important habitat for many creatures. This log and stick pile is a great habitat for many creatures. The rock walls I have in my yard are a great home for lizards and other creatures. This rock is probably the home to something living underneath it. So one of the things I've noticed when rewilding is there's a need for density. We tend to plant individual species in our garden, have space, and then another individual. We need to have a variety of plants interwoven to provide the most benefit, kind of like we see here.
When you mount a bluebird house on a post, you need to make sure it's secured. I've had problems with them wiggling or almost wanting to tip over. So I'm going to use this pipe and drive it into the ground. I'm actually going to try to flatten out this one edge so it goes into the ground easier. And then I'll insert the other pipe on this end, which then will extend up and hold the birdhouse.
make sure that I get this thing perpendicular to the ground.
Pretty close.
Just giving this pole a light sanding before I paint it. Yes, that's the second bluebird house. I'll continue to try to roll out the red carpet for wildlife. I'm very excited to see whether or not any of the bird houses that I've put up are occupied in the spring. So the next time we're together, enjoy the wildlife around your home and take care.